I'm about to show you the exact steps I take to write LinkedIn posts that generate revenue for my business. The difference between a regular LinkedIn post and what I like to call $1 million LinkedIn post. In this video, I'm writing 5 posts live and breaking down every decision I make. You're getting the content funnel that's generated close to $1 million for my agency, the psychology behind each post type, the exact framework I use, and a checklist you can screenshot and use before you hit publish. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have 32,000 followers, not massive, but my boutique agency has made close to $1 million through LinkedIn over the past 2 years. Clients paying us retainers of $20,000 a month, all inbound, 6 full-time employees. And here's what me off. So many people selling you courses and AI generated garbage promising you'll go viral and make millions, and they're not showing you what actually works. Thousands of smart founders are using LinkedIn to generate 6, 7, and even 8 figures in revenue. And I'm breaking down the process step by step, the psychology, the structure, and the strategy. So here's the issue. What usually happens is that we see someone else's viral post, we try to copy it, and then we wonder why nothing happens. So before we write anything, you need to understand $1 million LinkedIn post isn't about going viral. I've had posts hit almost 1 million impressions, but that didn't generate nearly as much revenue as posts with 5,000 views. So do we need to optimize for reach? Well, of course. Is that the same as going viral? No. So what is our real goal? It's about creating a funnel where different posts serve different purposes. Let's talk about what that actually means. Growth content. These are broad insights that get shares and bring new people into your world. These are your reach plays, hot takes, pattern observations, industry commentary, the stuff that makes people go, damn, I need to follow this person. Second is authority content. These are deep expertise that actually builds trust. This is where you show you actually know what you are talking about. Frameworks, systems, case studies, client results to proof that you can actually deliver. Third is conversion content. Sales messages that convert leads. Lead magnets, direct offers, CTAs that move people from followers to clients. Last one is point of view, personality, personal updates, the human stuff, personal stories, hot takes, behind the scenes. This is what makes people remember you, not just your advice. So I'm going to show you a framework that I use that isn't overcomplicated, that works for individuals as well as company level. So in this case, the one I'm going to show you guys is idea in progress, ready to pass to design, design in progress, animation in progress, design done, needs design edits, needs content edits, approved, and then actually posted. That is all I need for my own personal content. Each one of our clients is a whole different world, and you will also be a different world. But use this as inspiration. So what did I do? Something that is very important for me is to have an idea bank. Do not trust your brain that you will remember about that post that struck when you were walking your dog, because you probably won't remember it. You won't remember the nuances, those little creative ideas that came through in that specific moment. So it's very important for you to have an idea bank. So what I did for this video is I grabbed 5 ideas I had in my idea bank from the 5 different content buckets, and I'm going to write them live. So we're going to start with a growth content post. My brain dump here is delete your first line. Usually your hook isn't what you think it should be. Usually it's always your second line. Why? You're always trying too hard and you actually put what is interesting and people want to hear after. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a bit more of a thought and write more and expand more on this thought. There is something I notice is when we are drafting up a post, usually the first line we write, the hook we create in our brain, is never what should be the post. Why? Because we start writing a post with the mindset of social media, clickbaity, how do I make the algorithm not hate me? How do I go viral? And that mindset isn't the one you should come to create content. Usually line 2 and 3 is when we start coming back to ourselves and actually writing what actually motivates us and we wanted to share and what actually will help your audience. Am I saying it will go viral or not? I don't know. But if it does, it will go viral for the right reasons. When writing a post, stop, think, what is it I want to put out there in the world? More spam? Do I want to be part of the clutter of the world? If you can't find a good hook that comes from within your post that is valuable, and the only interesting thing inside your post is that hook, write a better post. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this and I'm going to put it into Claude. So the prompt I'm using is turn this rough draft into a polished LinkedIn post, keep my voice conversational, direct, a bit stream of consciousness, but tighten up. I'm anti-hype and anti-algorithm chasing. Don't make it too formal or overstructured. Keep the rawness and any repetition questions that add emphasis. Make it flow better and hit harder, but don't sanitize it. If the post includes specific numbers, case studies, or examples, keep them prominent. Don't bury the proof. B2B content marketing audience. That's the prompt I'm going to use for this post. So I will copy and paste this here. And now what I have to do is review if I want to expand on any thought, change certain words that don't sound like me, kind of like edit it, and I will come back. Okay, here we go. We have a post. The hook is what I actually wanted to say. The first line you write is almost never the one you should keep. Here's why. And I've already structured it in a way that I like, added a little CTA. How often do you write hooks you don't actually believe in? And I'm pairing this post with this picture that I had in my phone when I went to London's LinkedIn offices, which I think makes sense because I'm talking about LinkedIn, about hooks. So there we go. We wrote our first growth content post. It isn't me being super authoritativeness, look at this strategy of who I work with, but it is a bit more broad. It brings more attention and more reach. So we're going to erase all of this, keep our post, and voila. We change from idea to approved. It is an image and it's ready to be posted. Okay, now we are going to write our second post. Authority content post. I just launched a new newsletter called The Workflow. We are at 700 subscribers in less than a month or two. But what I'm going to do right now is write a post about my strategy behind our content flywheel and how we've been able to get 700 subscribers in less than a month of actually launching. So this is my brain dump. I've been leading our content strategy and calendar for The Workflow. We're almost at 700 subscribers in less than, I need to check that number, months of launch, so I'm not just putting a random number, and only one issue published. But what was the strategy? First, well, having an amazing co-founder that's great at strategic positioning, a content calendar organized for promotional and design, smart algorithm launch posts, a new role, also sending it to everyone I know for them to engage. A highly produced content piece, in this case we did a video, repurposing every issue, 5 content pieces come out of each issue for both Substack notes, personal profiles, and company pages. And the next strategies is that we're sending a PR package to all our guests for them to promote that make them look good, not us, and iterations a post thought would kill it, well, didn't. Typical. Have we put automations yet? Because our newsletter is about marketing and go-to-market AI and automations. So you would expect for us to be playing with automations. And honestly, have we put automations yet? No. It would be such a waste of time to put automations behind a process we still haven't streamlined. We're going to grab all of our brain dump and we're going to put it into our Claude message. Do the same for this one. So there are a few things I don't like about how AI wrote this, and I feel like we're needing to add more. So something I like to do is speak to it. So that's what I'm going to do to it right now, and let's see how that goes. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is add some words, refine, edit. I'm not going to read this one because it's a bit long, but basically everything is now organized here. I made sure to kind of like change things that I feel make more sense, are more my voice, that I didn't like. And now we have the 10 steps. I talk about automation. I added the full context, and I have already found the screenshot what I'm saying in the post. So these are the ones I'm showing, our content system, the Miro boards I'm building for every single one of these issues, and then the post that we had that did pretty well, a video we did, and there we go. Now all I do again is erase all of this, and we have our post. Yay. This is an authority content post. approved, and it's images. Okay, now we are going to our third post, growth content post. So here is another brain dump. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go sit down and kind of write. So here we are. We went more in depth. I'm writing more about baskets. I like talking about like LinkedIn basket, Twitter basket, YouTube basket, rented, owned channels. So I don't think it needs much AI at this point, but let's see what AI gives me. Okay, I've gone in through, did a little bit of a workshop with this post, added something here at the end saying currently working on launching something next month to help you guys build things right from the start. DM me and I'll keep you in my list to be the first to hear about this. So I actually changed it from growth content to a conversion content because I am building something that I am going to launch next month to help people build things right from the start in terms of this whole rented owned media world. So this actually, instead of being a growth content, could be more of a conversion content maybe. Some of these buckets as well kind of intertwine. You can be creating a very authority type post that has a conversion component to it because you're asking for someone to subscribe, to send you a message, to buy. So yeah, here's our post. I think it's ready to go. So now we're gonna write our fourth post, a carousel. You guys know that I just launched a new newsletter and we built an anti-AI hype manifesto because we are declaring war against AI snake oil and marketing fluff. We really want to showcase practitioners that are actually using AI and automation to bring results to their company in marketing and go to market. You guys can see we're done with the BS. LinkedIn is flooded with game-changing AI workflows and revolutionary automation hacks from people who've never actually built anything that works. Tired of the noise. We're tired of seeing people who do the work being overshadowed by the mountains of fluffy marketing and AI content. Then we have a pledge. We solemnly swear to never spread AI FOMO. We promise it, keep it short, tactical, immediate use, no PhD in prompt engineering required. Join the workflow revolution. So the whole carousel is very strong word, fighting AI FOMO one workflow at a time. So it's a full revolution. It's war. So that's kind of like how I want to go. We are officially declaring war on AI FOMO. In this case, Deandra did a good job with the hook. She doesn't need to go into the post and find it because I think this one is really good. I decided to put a link because I care more about actually getting signups than it going potentially viral or getting more reach, because links do affect your reach, but sometimes you got to play that trade-off game, whereas like I prefer people to come and actually sign up to the newsletter for it to have more reach. Last, fifth post, a personal update post. So I spoke at a conference in Zagreb, spoke with some of the brightest minds of marketing. So I added all the pictures of this event. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give an update about my life. Really, this is all this post is about. It's about updating something that I did, which is speak at a conference. I absolutely came buzzing out of. So let's start writing a bit more about what I want to say about this. So here we have a little bit of a draft. Still can't believe I got to speak at DMM Zagreb about turning content into scalable growth flywheels, being a part of a lineup of all these people. Each speaker brought something completely different. I think I want to improve the hook, so I'm going to write a few hook options. I also have a LinkedIn hook creator Claude project. So sometimes when I'm struggling with what hook should this post have, I will literally just go into my LinkedIn hook creator. So now I have 3 hook options. I think I really want to talk about the amount of people that were there. I think this number stands out because it's like 200 marketers, and I shared my content flywheel framework. Okay, we're going to go with that one. Okay, guys. Post is ready. Chose my hook. Saturday, I shared my content flywheel framework with 200 marketers in Zagreb alongside 6 marketing legends. I put those marketing legends here. It was honestly surreal talking about Distinctiva, my company, because I want to artistically weave it in there. This is perfect. Great. Wonderful. So now all I have to do is erase all of the things that I had before. And that's my caption copy for this post. And we are officially done. Approved. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you guys what I think is essential for you guys to add to a Claude project to help you do this more efficiently. So what should a Claude project have to be able to write good LinkedIn posts? Identity about you, your identity and your stories, your offers, target audience, writing style examples, and then writing preferences is critical because you can try to ban phrases like leverage, unlock, game changer in today's landscape, dive deep, no fake vulnerability or humble brags, no forced engagement bait, paragraph length 1 to 3 lines max, line breaks between paragraphs, conversational tone rules, how you start and end posts. In your knowledge base, case studies and results you reference, frameworks you use, company info and positioning, examples of what not to do, and link to your website, newsletter, or other properties. The idea is to give Claude enough context to write like you, not like generic LinkedIn AI. We just wrote 5 posts across the content funnel: growth, authority, conversion, and personal updates. Now, here's the thing most people miss. They think writing a LinkedIn post means starting with a hook, and it doesn't. So here's the framework I use. Know your $1 million reader. Every post should be written for one specific person. Who has the budget to hire you? What problem keeps them up at night? Where are they in their business journey? What objection stops them from buying? Don't write for everyone, write for someone. So what's the 5-step writing process? Step 1, choose your intent. What's the job of this post? Is it growth? Reach new people? Authority? Build trust? Conversion? And then personal, point of view, personality, deepen connection. What insight am I sharing? Is this from my actual experience, not copied? Is this specific, not vague advice? Does this solve a real problem my audience has? Sources you can pull from is client conversations, questions they ask, problems they have, your own experiments, processes, what you're doing right now, your backstory, transformations you've been through. Step 2 is to write the body first. Start with your thinking. Get your ideas out. Brain dump your best insights. Include specifics, numbers, frameworks, examples. Show, don't tell your expertise. Make it actionable, not theoretical. Format for readability. Try maybe max 2 sentences per paragraph. Use line breaks and white space. Bullet points over long sentences. Simple language, 7th to 8th grade level. And then cut everything that's non-essential that AI has given you. Step 3 is to mind for your hook. Now that the body is written, read through what you wrote. Find the most interesting and provocative line. Pull it out and move it to the top. The best hooks already exist in your content. You just have to find them. Your hook must trigger curiosity, make them click that see more button, be clear, tell them what it's about, feel relevant. This is for me. Hook formulas could be numbers plus outcome, a bold statement, before and after. There's so many ways around this. Step 4 is add a visual if it helps. Ask yourself, does this post need a visual? Use a visual if it makes the point clear, tells a story on its own, is screenshot worthy, adds value. And visual types can be a framework diagram, a before and after data, an authority photo, speaking, a podcast event, an infographic of your system, and maybe skip the visual if the text stands out on its own. Step 5 is end with a CTA, match it to your intent. If it's a growth post, you can do maybe follow, save. If it's an authority, DM me, comment X for the full framework. If it's a conversion post, link in bio, put the actual link, and then personal updates. Often no CTA is really needed, just it's more for connection. But before you hit publish, this is our final checklist. Is it easy to skim? Short paragraph bullets, white space? Is there one clear idea? Did you remove all the fluff? Does it sound conversational, not like AI, even if you're using AI, or fake marketing speak? Include specifics, numbers, frameworks, examples, not theoretical. Does the hook trigger curiosity, clear what it's about? Does it feel relevant to my reader? Did I pull from the most interesting part of the body, not written separately? Does the CTA have a clear next step? Does it match my intent? Does it have a specific ask? Is this for my $1 million reader, specific ICP? And does this show my expertise, not just tell about it? Look, writing posts is really just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to LinkedIn lead generation. There's your profile optimization, your engagement strategy, how you're building relationships in DMs. All of that matters so much. You can write incredible posts all day long, but if your profile looks like a resume, if you're not engaging with the right people, if you don't know how to move a DM conversation toward a sales call, you are leaving money on the table. able. If you want to learn the complete system for turning LinkedIn into a revenue generating machine, click here to check out the next video. Over there, we cover everything from profile setup to strategic networking to DM strategy, the full funnel. Because at the end of the day, the content is just the top of the funnel. You need the whole system to turn attention into revenue. So good luck. I'll see you in the next one.